Hey there Spartans, welcome to the Oz Hurricane Heat 007 Sydney gear list video. So in this video I'm going to be explaining to you guys the mandatory gear, the additional items you're going to need, and a little bit of extra info for you all. So the very first thing that you guys need to know is the timing for the event. So registration is at 6 AM, which means you need to be registered at 6 AM or shortly after. Make sure you're not turning up at 6:10 or 6:15. The team at Melbourne figure that out. We begin at 7 AM, so this is where the tasks begin. We don't want to be doing groundskeeping 7 AM or afterwards. Everything needs to be done by then. If you turn up at 7 AM, your team will know about it. So for those whose first time it is doing the Hurricane Heat, or for those who just like to hear a refresher, the Hurricane Heat is a series of task-oriented team undertakings. So you will be completing these with other Spartans, with your friends, with strangers, working together to overtake tasks that are set for you by the Krypteia. Now, we will not allow you to move on past any task until you have done it as a team to a satisfactory level. You have to prove to us that it is time to move on. So that is a little briefing of the Hurricane Heat, but you're not going to know what it really means until you're at the end with those dog tags in your hand. Now, let's get on to the mandatory gear list. First item is a pack to carry all of your gear. It does not need to be a big one. It must be comfortable and it must be able to carry everything. The gear list is short, so it doesn't need to be a big ruck pack or anything like that. Next item, water, hydration, 2 litres minimum, either in bottles or in a water bladder, whatever suits you best. It is unlikely that we will have water resupply, so make sure that you have enough water for the event. So the next item you will need is food to get you through the event. Snacks, energy gels, trail mix, whatever suits you personally. Make sure you bring enough to get you through the event. Headlamp, and you will need a torch. Yes, it begins at 7 AM. Yes, the sun is up shortly after, but as the team found out, you will need that item between 6 and 7 AM. You're going to be doing things for us, and you will need that head torch. You are also going to need, this is a new item for any of our storm chasers, so make sure you now add in a black Sharpie marker to your mandatory gear. Bring that along, you are going to need it. And the last item is, similarly with the head torch, you will need 2 chem lights, glow sticks, xylem sticks, whatever you want to call them. They will need to be attached to the outside of your pack. Bring them along. They are mandatory. Now, optional items. You are going to need a dry sack, so Ziploc bag, something to chuck your gear in if you want to keep it dry. Yes, you will be getting wet, and a multi-tool if you want one. So, what to wear? I always recommend wearing your regular race gear, whatever can get you through a race. Now, this is a mandatory item. Shirt must be black or Spartan Race branded. So make sure you wear that. No sort of black shirts with big branding and imagery all over them. Plain black or Spartan Race branded. Now, your special item for the Oz Hurricane Heat 007 in Picton, Sydney is this item here. It is a wooden board. The exact dimensions it will be, it is a width of 56 centimeters, it is a height of 23 centimeters, and it has a depth of 2 centimeters. Alrighty, bring this along. It's going to be included in the email. Wooden plank, bring it. Everybody needs one. Now, the last item, of course, is your waiver. A signed waiver, bring it along. I guarantee it'll get you through registration much quicker. No waiver, no start. Yes, there are waivers there at the registration tent for you if you fail to bring one along. However, we add this to the mandatory gear list because we don't want to be messing around at the start and wasting paper. Bring a signed waiver along with you. So, couple of other elements for the Hurricane Heat, just so you guys know. There are no questions at the Hurricane Heat, so once you arrive, don't start asking questions. Trust that we know what we're doing and trust in your team to get you through. So a little bit of feedback came through from the last Hurricane Heat. Someone complained that there were no consequences for the people who turned up late. The consequences were instead applied to the team. That's because this is a team event. I'm never going to punish an individual. Everybody suffers the consequences when things go wrong. Team. Now, the other thing to remember as well, make sure you inform your loved ones so that they do not get worried. This is not a 4-hour event. This is an as long as it takes event. The last one took 5 hours because that's how long it took the teams to complete the tasks. If you complete the tasks quickly and you come together quickly, you will finish quickly. If you struggle, you will finish eventually, but it may take you longer. So be prepared for that. Everybody, I'm very excited to see you guys at Sydney in Picton. We've got some awesome stuff planned for you, unique to you. Make sure you pay attention to this mandatory gear list. Watch it a couple of times, read the email. Also, those optional items, bring them if you want, but that wooden board, that final wooden board, make sure you have that with you. Guys, I'm going to sign out now, and I'm going to see you in Sydney for the Hurricane Heat.